Oi, aren't you that one cunt from YouTube?
Yes, me. Oi, oi.
You've got exactly 3 seconds to run.
Ah, alright. Hey yo, what the fuck is up everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome your faces back to not another Reddit video this time. What the fuck is happening? Is I'm standing up? Is it a different camera angle? Is it different everything else? What the fuck is going on? I used to make these kinds of videos a lot more where I'd just kind of have my camera right here and I'd have a topic that I'd think about and then I'd kind of just be talking about that topic to the camera, and I don't really make those videos anymore because I just haven't been able to think about any topics. Dumb brain, man. But recently I've actually been able to figure out a topic that I would like to talk about, so I'm making another one of these videos. And I'm fully aware that this video might make me sound like a twat who thinks they're more popular than they are, but I mean, this has happened to me enough that I feel like I am qualified to talk about it, and that is getting recognized in public. It's in the title. I don't know why I revealed that as if it was something that you didn't know already. Dumb brain, man. Getting recognized in public is equal parts fantastic and equal parts terrifying, because I am very outgoing on camera here. I'm very loud, I'm very obnoxious, I'm not afraid to make all the fucking stupid dumb jokes that come to my dumb brain man head. But in real life, outside, real world, real world, I'm really fucking socially awkward. So when somebody comes up to me in public and says, "Hey, you're that twat from YouTube, aren't you?" I'm just kind of standing there like, yeah, maybe. Because I never really know what to say. It's like, I've never met this person ever, but they've probably watched a whole shit ton of videos that I've made online. So they automatically know me better than I know them. So it's literally like meeting a stranger who just happens to know a shit ton about you, which in normal circumstances would constitute a restraining order. Hey there person I've never met, what's up, you want a hug? So people recognizing me but me not recognizing them, most of the time it does go like, hey, are you ironically screaming? And then I realize, ah yeah, this person watches my videos or something. And then it's just fine. But sometimes it doesn't go entirely like that. So not so long ago, I went to a 21 Pilots gig in Helsinki, which was fucking fantastic, by the way. But a few days before that, I had posted on my Instagram or something about like going to this gig about 21 Pilots or something like that. And somebody who follows me on there messages me like, hey, you like 21 Pilots as well? Yes. Are you going to the gig? Yes. You too? Yes. Shit. So now I've exchanged a few messages with somebody who already knows a little bit about me, and we've figured out that we're both going to the same gig. So we figure out, hey, if you see me, come say hi. This was a slight problem, because I had no fucking clue what she looked like. The most I'd seen of her is in the morning of the day of the gig. She tagged me in a selfie because she was saying like, yeah, here we go again, 21 Pilots gig, it's gonna be lit, and it was a picture of her face, and I was like, ah, cool, that's her face. And then I had shit to do, so I just like went to do all the shit I had to do. Cool, very articulated there. But I had only like in passing seen her face, so I didn't really remember what she looked like. So, fast forward a few hours, I'm just standing in line at the gig, minding my own business with my friend, talking about how fucking sick this gig is gonna be. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, this girl that I kind of maybe remember seeing somewhere, just walks up to me with a massive fucking grin on her face, and says absolutely nothing. So I'm just standing there, and there's just this smiling girl right in front of me, so I'm like, hey, do I know you? And then she says she's that girl from Instagram, and I put two and two together and I realized, oh shit, that one. So I gave her a hug, we chatted for a bit, and then she went to the back of the queue, and the whole time I was just kind of internally cringing at myself and how I was acting, because she caught me completely off guard, right? I was not ready at all, so I had no idea like what to say, how to act, and it all turned out me being just really fucking awkward about the whole thing. No offense to the girl herself, right? She's proper class, so if you're watching this, hey, sorry, you're smelly, a bit awkward. But yeah, it's times like that when people don't say anything where it becomes a little bit of a problem. Because right, as I was waiting in the same queue, I noticed this one girl like walking along the queue, either to the back of the queue or just on that same road, whatever. But I noticed her, at one point, she just started to fucking stare at me. I don't know. Eat that. I think Beanie wants some attention, fellas. Say hi. Yeah, see? They all watch these videos for you, so... I don't know if I'm just being paranoid or something, but I distinctly remember her just staring at me the entire time she walked past me. Best case scenario, she's just met me somewhere and I don't quite remember there. Either that or she watches my videos and she just didn't want to say hi. If so, then hello there, no offense to you either. Worst case scenario, she's somebody that I've met at like a party somewhere, which brings me to what I like to call the 3 levels of knowing me. So the first level, and probably the most common one, is knowing me through my YouTube videos. You watch my channel, you support the content, and you know me through that, and then you'll recognize me in public and you'll be like, hey, you're that guy from YouTube, yeah, I know you, I like your content, hi, what's up? And that is really fun. That meeting people like that, honestly, meeting people who watch my videos in public, it is super fun. It is like, I was going on a train of thought there and then I just completely lost it. But I'm not even gonna say like one of my favorites. Absolutely, my favorite part about doing YouTube these days is getting to interact with the people who watch my videos. It's always really cool to hear the feedback you lads have for my videos, because it always feels like this really tight-knit community. It almost feels like it's just a big group of friends. So when that happens in public in a more candid setting, yeah, sure, I'm super awkward about it, but it's still really fucking cool. So then the second level is that you've met me in real life or through the internet or whatever, and you just kind of know who I am, which then is just kind of like, oh hey, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you too. Hey, cool, what's up? But then the third level is that you've met me in real life somewhere whilst I'm drunk. This is just coffee, I swear. And now when somebody meets me when I'm drunk, it could go one of 2 ways. Either I'm at that point of being drunk where I just kind of become a really nice person. Because when I get drunk, all it really does to me is make me more social and make me more nice to people. So there's a possibility that that first impression is actually a pretty good one. But then there are those who have met me when I'm a bit more drunk than that. Specifically this one really big party that happened to encompass everybody from my school. So essentially, right, in Finnish high schools we kind of have this little tradition which is called nasul. It's basically kind of like a college hazing. We gather all the first years around into a place and all the second years pelt them with eggs and flour and all sorts of nasty shit. And then we play all sorts of humiliating games and do dumb shit, and it's just a lot of fun, and there's always an after party involved. I went to this after party and had a bit too much to drink. Now I'll spare you the details of the story, because I don't remember them, but what I've been told is that there's now an entire group of people at my school who know me from that event and who subsequently hate me, but on the other hand, from that night I made a really good friend, which is kind of odd considering I threw up on her shoes. Essentially, right, it got to the point where I could not stay up by myself and I couldn't walk properly, right? So 2 of my friends who were also at the party and one of their friends had to kind of carry me home. And apparently at some point we were sitting down in the metro and I threw up on their shoes, which come to think of it, anybody else who's seen that also has a pretty bad picture of me. But then the morning after that, when I actually figured out who it was who helped me home and I went to send them a little thank you message each, like, hey, cheers for helping me home, because if you didn't I would have died, haha. And from that I actually started talking to one of the people who helped me home, and now she's a really fucking good friend of mine. So drink responsibly. That's the moral of this story. And speaking of parties and being drunk and alcohol and all that fun Finnish stuff, this also kind of ties into the overarching theme of this video, getting recognized by people who watch my videos. So I was going to this party with 3 of my mates, right, and we were waiting to actually get into the place of the party. We were kind of queuing up outside, and the queue was taking a fucking long time, so I just kind of stood there like this, arms crossed and zoning out, just kind of staring off into space and thinking about nothing really. And then I hear my name being said. So I snap out of it, turn around, right, and right in front of me is this girl looking really anxious, just looking up at me, just going like, hi. And as it turns out, she watches my videos. Hi there, by the way, if that's you. Thankfully, at the moment she met me, I was not drunk. Yet. When we got into the party, however, I found myself and my mates in a room with her and her mates, and she said something like, hey, I have a whole lot of really shit beer, does anybody want some? And I just kind of went, aye, sure. So there we were, me and my mates, she and her mates, and a couple of other people, all sitting in a ring, drinking a beer, playing truth or dare. It was great. I realized this video might change a lot of people's opinions about me. I'm not an alcoholic, I promise. A lot of these stories just happen to involve alcohol. Okay, now that was probably the last one that actually involves alcohol, unless I remember one of the other ones. I probably don't. The only other time that I can think of over the top of my head where I met somebody at like a kind of party thing was at Pride of last year. I didn't actually meet anybody at Pride, but I remember after the day when I went home to check the comments on YouTube, somebody had commented that they thought they saw me at Pride, but that they were too scared to come say hi. So if that's you, hi there. Sorry you didn't come say hi, but you don't have to be afraid of that. So if you see me at Pride this year, come on down and give me a big fucking hug. I will try to be less awkward about meeting people in real life at that time. Come to think of it, the only reason that I'm actually that awkward when people meet me in real life is because I'm never expecting it, so maybe I should just go into every social situation expecting that somebody's gonna know who I am. But then again, that kind of makes me a twat, so. It is a bit of a problem, however, when I meet people from my Discord server who I've talked to previously, so who I kind of should know already. For example, these two instances that both happened at school. So the first ride, I am in school doing some fucking media studies or some shit, whatever, but after class has ended, I walk out of class and I am greeted with my friend and somebody I don't recognize. So I say hi to my mate, and then I turn to the person I don't recognize and I'm like, hi, who are you? And they both just kind of look at me for a solid 2 seconds in complete silence until pipes up and says like, hey, this is that guy from the Discord server. You should know this. Which is a super awkward way to actually get introduced to anybody, and it actually happened another time. I'm at school, waiting for class to start, and through the doors comes my mate. I can't think of an alias for him, let's call him Pete. My mate Pete comes through the doors, and with him, somebody who looks almost exactly like him. I don't actually know who this person is, but I think I might have seen this face somewhere before? So my mate and the guy he's with just come over and sit down next to me and my mates, and he doesn't even introduce the new guy to any of us at all, because everybody else already knew who he was, and I was just kind of sitting there like, Genga? Just trying to figure out who the fuck this mysterious stranger is, and I think it naturally dawned on me, or it came up in conversation, that he's this guy from the Discord server, and I didn't even have to make everything awkward by asking that time, so yay me. And then this other time, which also kind of took place at school, right? I was actually on my way home from school. I was standing at the train station waiting for my train to go home, right? Just talking with my mate, Pete again, but I noticed, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed this guy standing kind of across the train station from me, glances at me and just kind of starts looking at me a little bit, and a little grin comes on his face. So I've already subconsciously understood what's going on, right? Like, oh yeah, this person, they watch my videos, yeah, they notice me from my YouTube channel, yeah, big deal. But yet somehow, I haven't like fully processed it in my head, so when he says, hey, are you ironically screaming? It catches me completely off guard, and I just kind of stand there, just kind of stumble over my words like, maybe? What's it to you? I think he goes to my school as well, so hello. But even more awkward than that, right, is when the people in my class find out about my YouTube channel. Most of the people in my class know now that I have a YouTube channel, and it's not that big of a deal anymore. But when I first came to this new school, right, I knew absolutely nobody from my class. I was a super socially awkward little kid. I did not know how to make any friends, so I was just kind of on my own in the class, right? So when this guy that I know is in my class, but I don't think I'd like ever talked to him properly before that, sends me a Snapchat of just a picture of my YouTube channel. I open the Snapchat, I look at him from across the class. Shit. And this was before I started making Reddit videos, right? This was before my channel started growing really fast, so it was even more perplexing. And what was even more awkward than that, right? The first actual proper friend that I made in my class, right? I got really close with him, and we sort of agreed on this day to go out in the city center and snog. It was basically a date, so we found this nice quiet place to go together where nobody would come and interrupt us, and we just had a nice time. So when we were just sitting there cuddling, right, neither of us was actually saying much, because one, we're Finnish, we don't ever talk, and two, it was just kind of nice to cuddle. But at one point, out of the blue, he brings up, by the way, I really like your YouTube channel. So I just feel every cell in my body die at that very moment. This guy that I've been snogging for the past couple of minutes watches my videos. And apparently his entire friend group does as well. So now there's like, I know for sure that half of my class has watched or watches my videos. So yeah, it was super awkward for quite a while, but then we got to know each other better. I got to know his friend group better, and I got to know everybody else in my class a lot better, and I just kind of became a lot more open with my class, and everything like relating to my YouTube channel and shit like that became a lot less awkward to talk about. And you know, it's actually helped me quite a lot being less awkward in social situations. So you know, all's well that ends well. And that's pretty much all I've got to say, or that I can actually remember off the top of my head. So thanks for watching. I realized this was a very new type of video for a lot of you. If you liked it, do tell me, because I would love to make these. I would love to make a lot more of these types of videos in the future as well. It's just that I'm shit at coming up with topics for them, so it might take a while. But I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know, and that is fantastic. If you didn't, let me know. Yeah. Either way, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye.